We start with 1 hour chart. We want to see how we can look for trade. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video when the price was within this move, we mentioned with the breakout of this top, we can expect the price to drop. Anyway, there was a continuation, but as we can see, if we refer to the indicators, we had a divergence because we mentioned we can expect to get the divergence and the price to drop, and exactly this is what we get. Now we want to see what's the next. In this case, we move to daily chart. All right, we want to see whether this is the start of the up move or this one, the bigger picture can turn to a more complex correction. First of all, if we refer to the analysis, technical analysis based on Elliott wave, we the possibility of this two relating to each other for flat is really high. Okay, we are not going to look for sell, we're looking for buy. But if we want to get the trade, we need to be aware about this too, because if we put this low and relative to the previous one, we don't see the divergence, we don't see the reversal point. Okay, and we are not looking for the price to drop. The only thing is we need to be aware about the bigger picture if we want to look for buy within this range. All right, and if I move to forward chart, and this is what we get. Okay, now we want to see whether the price can continue or we can expect this one turn to a deeper correction as a flat based on forward chart for one move up. But the best thing is if this one could turn to a deeper correction. If not, if the price continue, mostly we can expect for the correction similar to what we have here, either from here or the next move. Okay, that means if we want to look for buy, if the price continue with the breakout of the previous top, we need to be quite careful. We expecting to get any correction similar to what we have here. All right, we were thinking if the price from here can turn to a deeper move after the breakout of this top, it can give us a flat, and any reversal from there we could look for buy. But if I put this top in relative to the previous one, we want to see what we have. If you refer to the indicators, we have a divergence, and the MACD doesn't give us a divergence. That means we don't have the confirmation both based on both of the indicators that this one can turn to a deeper move. But still, I'm thinking that if this one give us one more any drop in relative to, then we can put this one in relative to this. Okay, that means we, as I mentioned, we are looking for one more drop similar to what we get here. Okay, that's why if we want to look for trade, even we look for buy within this range after the breakout of this top, mostly we can expect. Okay, now, and beside that, whether we should look for buy at the top or not, we should know that if we put this one as a correction, we buying at the top. Okay, at the top of this correction. That's why we need to be quite careful. And as I mentioned, even if the price continue the next after the breakout of the top, we can expect the deeper correction. That's why we should have the proper management if we want to look for trade. And if we move to 1 hour chart, okay, we had a sharp move, the price start to correct, but reversal. Whether still we can put this one as a correction in relative to this, or this is the start of the up move. Since we have a sharp move, we can consider this one as a correction. Any trade setup from here, we can take the trade, but it's as a short-term trade. Okay, and even if we take the trade where we want to put our stop loss, will be somewhere below this. Okay, now first things, if we take the trade in terms of the risk and reward, does it give us a good trade setup or not? This is the first things traders they need to consider, because we need to see the breakout of the previous top. That means in terms of the risk and reward, it's not really good, but this can be a trade setup. Okay, because in terms of the risk and reward, it doesn't give us really good trade setup. Buying from here was better risk and reward. Then how we can look for trade from here? Okay, in this case, we move to 15 minutes. If we want to look for buy, right? If the price continue from here, the only option is we put our entry above this, around 0.142. Okay, and whether we, if anyone wants to look for trade by having entry above the top, as I mentioned right now, this is the only way we can look for trade. But if we refer to the Elliott wave, we don't have the three waves. If we get one more drop with the breakout of the previous low, because we can confirm with the three waves, any reversal from there, it can give us a better confirmation. First things, if the price drop, any reversal, we can look for trade setup. And even if we want to put the entry above the top, at least we can confirm this correction is finished. Now the traders, if they want to look for buy, they should make a decision what they want to do, whether they want to wait for the one more drop before we take the trade, or they want to take the trade from now. Because if the price continue from here, as I mentioned, the only way is to put our entry above the top. And beside that, mostly if the price break the previous top, if we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence. Okay, that's why they should consider if they want to put their entry above the top, the simply price can tag and drop. In that case, having entry above the top, we can consider as a short-term trade. And what we want if we put our entry above here, what we want the price sharply break and continue. If the price tag we see is not moving within the first or maximum second hours, we take out the trade. Okay, anyway, right now we're looking at this. I prefer this one till the DP correction. It gives us a better confirmation. The reason is we want to get the better confirmation because, as I mentioned, in terms of the risk and reward, it doesn't give us really good trade setup. And even if we get put our entry above the top, if the price tag and drop, we're going to get there quite a lot. I mean, our loss will be quite a lot, as I mentioned, in terms of the risk and reward. And still, we can put this one as a correction relative to this. Then what should we do? The best idea, wait for price to give us one more drop. We get the three waves, then from there we see whether we can look for buy or not. Okay, having entry above the top right now can be an option, but is very risky. In this case, we just put our entry line about an entry above the top. And if anyone is going to take the trade, they should know we want to see the breakout with a sharp move. If the price tag we see is not moving within the first or maximum second hours, we take out the trade. Okay, but for me, I prefer either this one turn to a deeper, give us one more drop, because from there we can get the confirmation about the three waves, and also we can get, if the price is going to drop, at least we are not in the trade. In this way, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.